Front wheel drive. Now a good question is, why even bother? Now the top guys in the sport have demonstrated that with trials bikes, now almost any obstacle is surmountable. So why bother, right? Now for me it's about finding the new possibilities that this offers, especially at my skill level, which is quite low. It's also nice to have traction on both sides of the bike, especially when there's low momentum or when there's low traction like mud or sand. And thirdly, because it's possible. This was a fairly easy thing to add to the bike and it's still usable, so why not? Now some updates since the last posting. A buddy of mine, Dean, has mentioned that my front wheel was a bit crooked, so he sponsored me one of these little spoke spanners, and I must say the front wheel is running a bit truer, so thanks Dean, great stuff. I've also moved the front motor onto its own controller. Right, so it's now got its own controller. It's got its own battery pack, which is this horrible 36 volt SLA pack, which I stole from one of the Ossets. I will soon be moving to a LiPo setup for the front wheel, which will be much lighter, but for now this demonstrates the purpose. And I've got a throttle specifically for the front motor, and it's on the back wheel, not the back wheel, the front wheel, and it turns forward, which is quite a change. Alright, now you would think that riding with a left hand throttle, especially twisting forward, is going to be a bit tricky, and surprise surprise, it's not. It's actually pretty easy to get used to. Now in the previous setup I had the motor running in series with the back motor of the same controller. And the problem with that is that it kind of functions like a differential on a vehicle, where the front wheel and the back wheel share the available power, and that's fine as long as you are as long as you've got both wheels on the ground. As soon as you get one wheel up in the air, however, the free wheel tends to spin and the other wheel doesn't, so all the power transfers to the free running wheel, which is not great. So I changed that. Now we've got individual control on both wheels, and yeah, it seems to work quite well. Happy days.